Okay guys, so like we're discussing before the video went off, we said that if a member of a class is having the protected access modifier, a subclass of that class can access that member anywhere in the code. Okay, whether it is in the same package or in another package, it can have access to that member. So that is how protected works. And then let's look at the public. Okay, this is another implementation. Okay, we are saying that this code still compiles because lion, even though lion is in a package p2 and then animal is in a package p1, lion is a subclass of animal. So because lion has fulfilled the subclass requirement, it can also have access to the variable name. Okay, since that variable is protected. Now let's look at another access modifier called public. So public is an access modifier that does not have restriction. If a variable or a method is having the public access modifier, it means that this variable can be accessed anywhere. It can be accessed in that same class, it can be accessed in another class, no matter where that other class is. Even if that class is in the same package or is in another package, it can still access that property. Okay, so remember, it's not limited only to variables. It applies as well on methods and also on classes. Okay, so that is how these access modifiers work. So let's look at the order of accessibility. Okay, so when you look at this arrow, you see that accessibility decreases. So this arrow is showing how the accessibility decreases. So as you are moving from top to bottom, the accessibility is decreasing. So look at it. The private, if a member is private, it means it can only be accessed within that same class. Okay, so you see that private is also known as the most restricted access modifier. After private, you have the default access modifier, which is assumed, and this one has the second level of restriction. Why? Because it restricts that member must be accessed only within the same package. So if we have two classes A and B, and then B wants to access a property from A, the condition is that both B and A must be in the same package. Okay, and then now let's move to protected. So protected works same as default, but there is an additional advantage that if the class B is a subclass of A, then B can access that member that is protected no matter the package in which it belongs to. So the one that has the highest level of accessibility, the more accessible, is the public access modifier. Okay, because this one does not have any restriction. Whether you are in the same package, whether you are a subclass or not, you can still access these properties. So let's look at how it works. It means that private members can never be inherited. Okay, so default can be inherited if the subclass and the parent class are in the same package, and then protected members can be inherited if the parent and the subclass are in the same package, or if the parent and the subclass are in different packages. Okay, so that is it. But for public, they can be inherited no matter where the public, no matter where the parent and the subclass are located. Okay, so basically that is the explanation of access modifier, and if you understand how these things work, then you can obviously always apply them in your code. Okay, so it is very important for you to understand access modifier so that you know which member can be inherited and at what point, and whether the classes are in the same package or not. Okay, so you can always apply the knowledge.